to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. 18-year-old G-Man was arrested less than 2 hours after he opened fire on a woman's car during a road rage incident. The Volusia Sheriff's Office stated that the incident began when a woman driving around 6 a.m. encountered an erratic driver with no headlights on. Authorities then stated that the car's erratic driver caused another vehicle to drive onto the shoulder to let it pass. The erratic driver then tried to pass the woman's car, but instead collided with her rear bumper. Quote, after that, the suspect drove alongside the victim's SUV for several minutes before opening fire out of the driver's side window. Police stated that using license plate reader technology, detectives identified the suspect and were able to find him outside of his house within 20 to 30 minutes after the incident. Around 8:25 a.m., deputies stopped the suspect, 18-year-old Brian Holmes, as he was getting into his car to back out of the driveway. When asked if he had a weapon on him, Holmes said no. Quote, when his hands moved towards his waistline, a deputy grabbed Holmes's arms, moved him away from the vehicle, and saw a weapon fall to the driveway. In an interview with detectives, Holmes stated that the woman had cut him off in traffic and he hit her rear bumper. He also told authorities he fired several rounds into the vehicle in an attempt to hit the tires and disable the vehicle. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and possession of a concealed weapon use in the commission of a felony by a person under the age of 24. He was transported to the Volusia County Branch Jail with a bond of $40,000. Now, just in case for some of those that like to roll up like, oh, this is old news, this is old news, da, 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 that's great, old to you, new to me. So now that we got that part out of the situation, so I'm just trying to figure out where are the parents in this instance and how was it possible that he was able to have a firearm? He's a teenager. I'm just saying, like, like I said, I'm a bit ignorant of every single state, your laws and whatnot. So somebody can freely educate me directly in the comment section if you know about the Florida laws. I think I might have went over this about 2 years ago, so it's not anything that's going to stay because obviously I'm not there. So what I'm stating is that it's pretty interesting, right? When these incidences take place, look at that low bond, right? He fired several. Now, what if one of those bullets, right? Because we don't know where every single, bullet went. What if one of those, skipped past the car, bounced off of the asphalt at the speed that it was going and entered somebody's home or a business or a restaurant or maybe like a park or a party that was being held outside. Like there's a multitude of things. I'm just listing stuff because we all know that this took place at around 6 a.m. or whatever. I'm just stating, right? There's a multitude of things that can happen at any time. People decide to do things at any time. They can just decide to jog at 4 o'clock in the morning. Is that the proper time to jog? Realistically, it's not. Is it safe? Realistically, it's not. But people are going to decide to do it because hey, I'm not around a lot of people, so I'm just going to decide to do it. So, anyways, where is a lot of the what's the word that I'm looking for? Where's a lot of the caring, right? Because I could have sworn this happened to a woman if I remember correctly. So the other great question I have is where are the men of these communities? Because every single time I look around and I bring up stories dealing with the black community and so on and so on and so on, people always want to talk about the fathers, black fathers not being there, all this other type of stuff. Even though I've actually done statistical research and put that data directly up there for people to see and know that black men amongst more than any other race out here, black men are in and around their children's lives more than any other ethnicity of men directly in the United States. And that was directly from the CDC. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to trust the CDC over what it is that other people are specifically stating, right? Because we all know how the government has, done a very, well swell job in, demonizing black men. They don't really have anything to gain, for really putting out this information. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, the government's really good. Nobody's really going to care about that. But like I said, the facts and the stats and the numbers do matter. But a lot of people don't want to actually pay attention to these things. So again, I'm just going to reiterate: where are the men of these communities to go out there and make sure that their sons, their nephews, their grandkids aren't going to perform these same violent actions against the women in their communities? Where are they to protect their women? Where are they? Because far too long and far too often, I've always continuously heard that, every other community of men protects, their women to the T. Ain't nothing happening to them. Zero. Right? But yet here we are. Here we are. This is a teenager. So if he's doing this as a teenager and he's comfortable enough to do this, what do you think that he's done before that he's never got caught for? What do you think that he's going to do after this? Because all he got is a slap on the wrist. He got the complexion for the protection, even against his own women. So what do you think is going to take place when he gets out and then he grows to be, 21, 22? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think that those actions are going to lead to? But like I said before, it's up to other people to directly look into that. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. America, this is you. These are your boys. These are your kids. What was that old saying that Paul Mooney would always sit up and say? Young 21 and free, even though he's not 21. Young, white, and free. That's exactly what he is. He can do anything in the world that he wants to sit up there and do and get a slap on the wrist, or nothing at all is going to sit up there and happen. Basically enabling this type of behavior to be able to persist and continue, and so that others that are in his peer group are able to copy these exact same things and perform these exact same actions, leading to a long history of these things being perpetuated, being delivered directly to the other men out here, to the other young boys out here. And the most interesting part about this is, more than likely, he has a mother or woman in his family, and they would make sure to body block for him. But like I said before, y'all got it. People got it. I don't know what else to tell people. Like I said, I'm just going to keep bringing examples directly out here, and showing what America is, what America does, and what their likes and dislikes are. Clearly, this is a like, because this is something that normally happens. But again, as I stated before, you're just not going to know that this normally happens because they're not going to make you aware of specifically what they do.